Hello everyone, welcome back children. Today we'll deal with the topic determinants. Now what is a determinant? Actually, let me define it first. Every square matrix can be associated to a definite number or an expression which is known as its determinant. Every square matrix can be associated to a definite value or an expression which is known as its determinant. Now see here, let A be a square matrix of order n. So A is equal to Aij. Square matrix means the number of row and number of column is same. So this is a square matrix of order n. Then the determinant of the given square matrix, determinant of matrix A. This is denoted by, either you will write down DET, determinant of A, or the most commonly used symbol for determinant is within bar you will be writing down A. Okay. So now let us see here. If A is a square matrix of order 1, square matrix of order 1 means this matrix is having single row, single column. Then the determinant of this matrix will be, determinant of A will be equal to determinant of A11, and determinant of A11, this is equal to A11 itself. So now let us see the definition again. Every square matrix is associated to a definite number, and what is this definite value or number called as? It is called as, or it is known as, the determinant of the given matrix A. So this is how you will be solving determinant of order 1. Likewise, consider a square matrix of order 2. So the rough structure you know very well. How to write it down? This is A11, A12, second row, A21, A22. This is a square matrix of order 2. So determinant of A will be equal to determinant of A11, A12, A21, A22. Now how to simplify this? The determinant value will be equal to product of diagonal minus product of off diagonal element. Now dear children, let me make it clear. Earlier also I have told you, in a square matrix the diagonal elements are defined as the elements Aij which obey the condition I is equal to j. Now this is a square matrix of order 2. So what are the diagonal elements? The diagonal elements are A11, A1, A22. So here when you will solve this, it comes like the product of diagonal minus the product of off diagonal element. So this will be equal to A11 into A22 minus A21 into A12. Now let us come back to the definition again. This square matrix is associated to this expression or a value, and what is this value or the expression called as? This is called as the determinant of the given square matrix. So is this okay beta? So now let us take an example here. Consider a square matrix A is equal to 2 minus 3, 1, 5. Then how to get the determinant of this? Determinant of A will be equal to, the square bracket sign you will be changing to or replacing 2 bars. So this is 2 minus 3, 1, 5. Now how to simplify this? The product of diagonal minus the product of off diagonal elements. So that way it's 2 into 5, it's 10, minus of 1 into minus 3, it's minus 3. So the answer is 13. So this square matrix can be associated to this definite value, and what is this 13 will be called as? This 13 is the determinant value of the given square matrix. So I hope children this is clear to you. Now moving to the next square matrix. So let us take square matrix of order 3. So the square matrix of order 3, there are total 3 rows and 3 columns. For expanding a determinant of order 3, you can have, there are 3 rows and 3 columns, so total 6 methods are there. Whenever you are expanding it, you need to take the help of either R1, R2 or R3 or C1, C2, C3. So expansion can be done in either of the ways. So now see the square matrix of order 3. Let me write down the rough structure first. So consider the square matrix here as A11, A12, A13. This is the first row. A21, A22, A23, second row. A31, A32, A33. This is the third row. Now how to get the value of determinant of order 3? So determinant of A will be determinant A11, A12, A13, A21, A22, A23, A31, A32, A33. A definite formula is there, but we will be doing it directly. Make a habit of doing it directly, and we should do it fast also. So your calculation should be that perfect. Now see, you can expand it using any of the row or any of the column. If suppose we are expanding with the help of R1, so let us place an arrow here. This simply shows that we are expanding using R1. Now before expanding, let me make the sign clear. Wherever this 1, 1, this shows the position of row and column. Wherever I plus j is even, there you will be taking plus sign, and wherever I plus j is odd, that particular term will carry a negative sign. Like if you are using the first row, then the sign will be, this will carry a plus sign. 1 plus 2 is odd, so you will be placing here minus. 1 plus 3 is again even, so this is plus sign. Likewise, if you are using second row and expanding, then this is negative, this will be positive, and this will be negative. If suppose third column you are taking and expanding, then this is positive, negative, positive. Now let's see the method. So let us expanding by first row or R1. So first of all, see what to do. You will be writing down the first element. Here what is the sign? Plus sign is there, nothing to mention. Simply you will write down A11. Now what to do? This A11 will be multiplied to, you delete the row and the column where the element lies. Now what you are finding? You are finding here 4 elements are there. Determinant of order 2 is getting, here we are getting. So A11 into, delete the row and the column, whatever you are getting there, get the determinant value of that. What I mean to say, it will be A11 into determinant. Now what is the determinant left over here? It's A22 into A23, A22, A23, A32, A33. This will be the first element. Likewise, we'll be proceeding with the other elements also. So the next element in this particular row is A12. And what is the sign? What to be used here? Minus sign. So let us place a minus sign here. And A12, the same thing. Delete the first row and the second column and get the determinant value of the leftover value. So delete the first row, second column. Now 4 elements you are getting here. Get the determinant. So I will be placing a determinant sign here. So it's A21, A23, A31, A33. This will be the next term. Likewise, the same procedure you will be applying with the third term also. Now what is the third term in this particular row? It's A13. Which sign to be placed here? Plus sign. So it's plus A13 into. Delete the row and the column where the element lies. So the first row, third column deleted. So these 4 values you are finding here. Get the determinant value of this. So place a bracket sign, bar sign. So it's coming A21, A22, A31, A32. See, this step you can avoid. So now directly we'll come to the third step. What do you have to do? Simply you have to solve the three determinants. Now see the determinant, it is of order 2. Just now I have told you how to solve determinant of order 2. It is equal to product of diagonal minus of diagonal elements. So you will be placing a proper bracket there and get the value of the determinant. So here it is A11 into. Let's simplify this. So product of diagonal minus of diagonal element, it's coming like A22 into A33 minus sign in between and A32 into A23. So the first is done. Likewise you will be proceeding for the other two also. So it's minus of A12. Open a bracket here also. Product of diagonal minus of diagonal element. So it's A21 into A33 minus A31 into A23. So this is also over. Now moving to the third one. So it's A13 into, let's solve this determinant. Product of diagonal minus of diagonal element. Open a bracket here. So it's A21 into A32 minus A31 into A22. Likewise, you can solve a determinant of order 3. Open the bracket, rearrange it, simplify it, an expression or a definite value you will be getting. This expression or a definite value is called as the determinant of the given square matrix. So I hope children you are able to understand this. So there are total 6 ways to expand this determinant. Either you can go by any of the rows. So 3 rows are there. This is row 1 which will be termed as R1. This is R2. This is R3. So 3 ways are there. Using any of the row, likewise 3 columns are there, C1, C2, C3. So for expanding a determinant of order 3, total 6 ways are there. You can go for any of the method. When all the 6 ways will give the result same. So I think it is clear. The second step is not at all required. Straight away you can come to this step. If you are doing practice properly, then directly it's just a matter of one step only, and in one step the result you will be getting. I hope children this is clear. Now let me take an example and let me again explain this. Okay, so let's take an example. Consider a square matrix of order 3. So let the elements be 1, 2, 2, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 1. Now what about the determinant value of this? So determinant of A will be equal to determinant 1, 2, 2, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 1. So again just now I have told you any of the row or any of the column you can take. So let us go for the second row. Let us expand it by second row. So let us place an arrow here. Now whenever you are expanding, you should make it very much clear that what will be the sign in which sign you have to place it. Like this is which position? This is A21 position. That means it will carry a minus sign. This will carry a plus sign and this will carry a minus sign. So you should make sure of this and then now start expanding it. So this is equal to. We are using R1, expanding by R1. So very first element is 2. And what about the sign? It's minus. So you will take a minus sign here. So minus 2 into. Open a bracket. Now the third step we are going to the last step. The determinant step we are leaving. So what is the procedure? What you have to do? Delete the row and the column where the element lies. So the first column and the second row you delete it. Now you are finding 4 elements here, 2, 2, 2, 1. Get the determinant value of this. Now how to solve a determinant of order 2? It's simply product of diagonal minus of diagonal elements. So it's 2 into 1, 2 minus 4. So that results minus 2. Once again just see here, we are taking the first element of the second row. So it will carry a minus sign. So we will place a minus sign here. So it's minus 2. Delete the row and the column where the element lies. So the first column, second row you will be deleting. The leftover value what you are getting, get the determinant value of that. So the leftover values are 2, 2, 2, 1. Get the determinant value. So it's 2 into 1 minus 2 into 2. So it's 2 minus 4 means minus 2. Now moving to the next element. What is the next element? 1. What is the sign? Plus. So you will be placing a plus sign, plus 1 into, open a bracket. The same procedure here you will be applying. Delete the second row and the second column. So second row and the second column you will delete. Get the determinant value of the leftover values. So it's 1 into 1, 1 minus 4, that gives the result as minus 3. Likewise, you will move to the third element. What is the third element? 2. And what sign to be placed? Minus 2. Open a bracket. Delete the row and the column. So delete the second row and the third column. So it's 2 minus 4. It's coming minus 2. So that way, this is plus 4 minus 3 plus 4. So the result is 8 minus 3 is coming 5. So this is the procedure of solving a determinant of order 3. So this square matrix can be associated to this definite number, and what is this definite number called as? The determinant of the given square matrix. So I hope children the procedure is understood. The same method you will be applying for square matrix of order 4, 5 and so on. But since your syllabus is restricted to order 3 only, so this much only will be practicing. Okay. So now the next is a very important matrix, that is singular and non-singular matrix. Singular and non-singular matrix. Very important term, singular and non-singular matrix. Let A be a square matrix of any order. Square matrix of any order. If determinant of A is equal to 0, if determinant of A is equal to 0, then the matrix A is called as singular matrix. Very important concept. Based on this you will be getting question. So if determinant of A is equal to 0, then the matrix A is called as singular matrix. Likewise, if determinant of A is not equal to 0, then the square matrix A is called as non-singular matrix. Non-singular matrix. I hope children you are getting the definition clear. Just now I have told you how to get the determinant value of any square matrix, whether it be of order 1, 2 or 3. Now in order to check whether the matrix is singular or non-singular, you need to find out the determinant of the given matrix. If determinant of A is 0, then the matrix will be termed as singular matrix. And if it is not equal to 0, then it is a non-singular matrix. Okay, is it fine? So now let us take an example. Question, write down. Find the value of x. Based on this concept, let us do a question. Question is, find the value of x if the given matrix is a singular matrix. Find the value of x for which the given matrix is a singular matrix. So here the matrix A is given as 1 minus 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, x2 minus 3. For what value of x the given matrix is a singular matrix? So see the procedure how to do it. A is singular if determinant of A is equal to 0. So let us write down the determinant. So determinant of A means determinant 1 minus 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, x2 minus 3, this is equal to 0. Now you know very well how to expand this. You can go for any row or any column as per your wish. So let us go for the first one. So I am placing an arrow sign which simply says that I am expanding using the first row. So it's 1 into. You have to keep it in mind the sign also. It will carry a plus sign, then minus, and then plus sign. So okay, start. So 1 into, delete the row and the column, get the determinant value of the leftover term. So it's 2 into minus 3, it's minus 6, minus 2. Moving to the next term. Next term is minus 2, but again a minus sign is there, so it comes like minus of minus 2. Then open a bracket, delete the row and the column where it lies. So the determinant of the leftover value, so it's minus 3 minus x. Now move, next element is plus 3 into, open a bracket here. So it's 2 minus 2x, and this is equal to 0. Now simplify and get the value of x. It's that simple. So it's, open the bracket, it's minus 8. So minus 3 times minus means it's minus 6, minus 2x plus 6 minus 6x equal to 0. Just check it out how many terms you are getting cancelled. Minus 6 plus 6 will get cancelled out. So that way minus 8 is equal to plus 8x, or the value of x, this is equal to minus 1. So this is the answer. So I hope children the method, the concept is understood. So here basically we have applied the concept of singular matrix. So what is a singular matrix? If the determinant of the given matrix is equal to 0, then the matrix is said to be singular matrix. So this is how you will be simplifying. Okay. So the next one now. Minor and cofactor of an element in a square matrix A. So the next concept is minor and cofactor of an element in a square matrix A. Minor and cofactor. Okay. Consider a square matrix Aij of order n. Now square matrix means the number of rows and the number of columns are same. Now an element is represented by the term Aij. This you know very well, where I stands for the position of row and j stands for the position of column. Now minor of an element is denoted by Mij. So what is minor of Aij? It's minor of Aij is Mij. Okay. Now how to obtain minor of an element? It's very easy. Let's see, let us take an example here. Let A be a square matrix of order 2. So let the rough structure be A11, A12, A21, A22. This is a square matrix of order 2. There are 4 elements A11, A12, A21, A22. So let us find out the minor of the first element A11. So minor of A11 will be M11. Now how M11 to be obtained? What to do? What you will be doing? You will be deleting the first row and the first column. So delete it. So when you will delete the first row and the first column, a submatrix is obtained. So if it is a square matrix of order n, when you will delete the ith row and jth column, then you will be getting a submatrix of order n minus 1. So here A is a square matrix of order 2. When you will delete the first row and the first column, you will be getting a submatrix of order 1 by 1. So this is, and what to do? What will be the next step? Get the determinant value of that submatrix. So here when you delete the first row and the first column, what is left? A22 is left. Get the determinant value of this. So determinant value of A22 is what? A22 itself. So what is M11? M11 is equal to A22. This step you can avoid. Now let us try it directly. What is the minor of A12? Minor of A12 is M12. What will be M12 equal to? Delete the first row and the second column. So delete the first row and the second column. This is left. Get the determinant value of this. Determinant of A21 is A21 itself. Okay. So row wise we are finding out this is the minor of the first element. This is the minor of the second element in the first row. Likewise, let us find out the minor of A21. Minor of A21 is M21. And what is M21 equal to? Delete the second row and the first column, delete it. So when you will delete it, the value is A12 and get the determinant value of A12, it's A12 itself. Now just one element left, get the minor of that. So what is minor of A22? Minor of A22 is M22. And what is M22 equal to? M22 is equal to A11. So it's that simple, dear children. I hope you are getting the things clear. So this way we can find out the minor of any element of any square matrix. The same procedure will be applying for square matrix of order 3. So let us go for that. So let us take an example now. Consider a square matrix A is equal to 2 minus 3 1, 4 2 0, 6 2 minus 1. This is a square matrix of order 3. Let us find out minor of each and every element of the given matrix. So row wise let us start. The very first element placed is 2. What is the position? A11. So minor of A11 is M11. So M11 will be equal to. How to get it? Delete the first row and the first column. So the first row and the first column delete it. 4 elements you are getting here. So a matrix, a sum matrix of order 2 is you are getting. So get the determinant value of that. So this step for the time being let us write it down. In the next step we will be avoiding. So it's 2 0, 2 minus 1. Now how to deal with this? It's a determinant of order 2 and you know that determinant of order 2, how to solve it? It's product of diagonal minus of diagonal elements. So this is product of diagonal minus of diagonal element. So it's coming here how much? It's minus 2 minus 0. So the answer is minus 2. So this is the minor of the first element which is placed in first row, first column. Now let us go for other elements also. Row wise let us find it out. So what about the second element? Second element in that particular row is M12, the minor of minus 3. That means minor of which position? A12, it's M12. And how to get M12? Delete the first row, second column. So here what you are obtaining here? 4, 0, 6 minus 1, get the determinant. The same procedure, product of diagonal minus of diagonal element. So it's coming minus 4 minus 0. So the answer is minus 4. Likewise, move to the third element of that particular row. So it's M13. Delete the first row, third column. So it's 4 into 2. 8 minus 12. So the answer is minus 4. So this are the minors of the elements of first row. So it's done. Likewise, we'll go for the second and the third row. So let us be fast and let us complete this. Second row, let us start. M21, what will be the minor? Delete the second row and first column. So delete it. So it's minus 3 into minus 1, 3 minus 2, it's 1. Next element M22. Delete the second row and second column. So delete it. So it's minus 2 minus 6, it comes like minus 8. Second row, third column, M23. What will be M23 equal to? Delete the second row and the third column. It's 2 into 2, 4 minus of minus 18. 4 minus of minus 18 means 4 plus 18. That will result 22. Second row done. Now move to the third row. So what will be the element? M31. What is M31? Delete the row and the column. So it's 0 minus of minus 2. So it's minus 2. What about M32? M32 will be, delete the third row and the second column. So it's 0 minus 4. So the answer is minus 4. Now the last one, M33. Delete the third row and the third column. So it's 4 minus of minus 12. So 4 plus 12, it's 16. So this is the entire procedure of finding out minor of each and every element. Okay. So whether it be matrix of order 2 or matrix of order 3 or matrix of order 4 or 5, the same procedure will be doing. So element is represented by the term Aij. Its minor is Mij. How to obtain minor of an element? What to do? You will be deleting the ith row and the jth column. A sum matrix of order n minus 1 is obtained. Get the determinant value of that, and that particular value will be called as the minor of that particular element. Okay. So the next one is cofactor of an element. Say if you are able to do or you are able to find out minor, then cofactor is very easy now. So cofactor of an element. Cofactor of an element. See, an element is represented by the term Aij. Its minor is denoted by Mij. What about cofactor then? Cofactor of an element is denoted by Cij. Now there is a proper formula for this. Cij, this is equal to minus 1 to the power I plus j into Mij. This is the formula for finding out Cij. Or the other way out, you can define Cij, this is equal to plus Mij, the condition applied if I plus j is even. Second condition, minus of Mij if I plus j is odd. It's one and the same thing. Both the ways you can define it. So it's very much clear. If I plus j is even, definitely it will be a plus sign. And if I plus j is odd, it will carry a minus sign. So I hope children, this is clear. You can go for this or for this, any of the method you can opt. It is one and the same thing. So now let us take an example. Let A be a square matrix here. A is equal to minus 3, minus 5, 6, 2. Question is, find out the cofactor of each and every element of the given matrix. Question is to find out the cofactor of all the elements. So first of all, you don't require M11, directly we can go for C11. So the cofactor of A11, row wise let us find it out. The cofactor of A11 is C11. So what is C11 equal to? It's equal to minus 1 to the power 1 plus 1 into M11. Now M11, you are knowing it. Minus 1 to the power 1 plus 1, it's an even number, so definitely it will be a plus value. Now let us write down M11. What is M11? Delete the row and the column where the element lies. whatever the sub matrix you are getting, it gets the determinant value of that. So delete the first one, the first column. A single element 2 is left. Get the determinant value of it. It's coming 2. So C11 is a 2. See, this step is not at all required. You can do it directly once you are practicing it properly. So let us do the same thing directly now for the next element. C12. 1 plus 2 is odd. That means as per the formula it will carry a minus sign. So let us place a minus sign here. So this you can do it directly. Minus 1 to the power I plus j into mij. So here you have to write down the value of m12. So let us find it out. What is m12? Delete the first row and the second column. So delete the first row and the second column. What is the value left over? 6. Get the determinant of it. It's coming 6 only. So the answer as a whole is minus 6. So I hope children this step is clear. Now we can do it directly, but with a proper practice. You should understand the concept what actually you are doing. Okay, likewise let's move to the second row. First element, so C21. Again you see 2 plus 1 is odd. So we'll place a minus sign. Okay, now get the value of M21. So delete the second row first column. So delete it. What is the value left over? Minus 5. Get the determinant of it. So it's minus 5 itself. So finally it comes like minus of minus 5 means plus 5. Okay. Now move to the next element. C22. It's the cofactor of A22. So 2 plus 2 is even. That means a plus sign will be there. So nothing to mention there. Directly we'll write down the value or we'll find out the value of M22. So what is M22? Delete the row and the column. So minus 3 is there. Get the determinant value of that. So it's minus 3. So the answer is minus 3. So this is the complete procedure of finding out cofactor of element of any square matrix. So I hope children you are getting the concept clear. Element, its minor, its cofactor. Okay. So we'll be doing this because you will be requiring for this for finding out determinant as well as adjoint as well as inverse. So in many type of means in all the questions mostly you will be requiring all this. So you should do the practice properly. So now the next is, okay, one more example let us take for this. Let A be a square matrix of order 3. Let us find out the cofactor of each and every element of the given matrix. Let the matrix A be minus 1, 4, 2, 1, 0, 1, 3, 2, minus 6. Row wise we'll find it out. So we'll start with C11. 1 plus 1 even. So it will carry a plus sign. So now I'll write down the minor directly. Delete the row and the column where the element lies. We'll do it fast. So it's coming 0 into minus 6, it's 0, minus 2. So directly the answer is minus 2. Moving to the next element, C12, 1 plus 2 is odd, place a minus sign there. Now calculate the minor of this. So delete the row and the column, first row, second column. It is 1 into minus 6, it's minus 6 minus 3, it's minus 9. And just because of this minus, it will be plus 9. Likewise, move to the next element, C13. 1 plus 3 is even, so it will have a plus sign. Nothing to mention there. Directly you will find out the minor. Delete the first row and the third column. It's 1 into 2, 2 minus 0. So the answer is 2. So the first row is done. Likewise, we'll move to the next row. C21. 2 plus 1 is odd. Place a minus sign there. Don't forget. You have to remember this. If it is odd, then you have to place a minus sign. If it is even, then nothing to mention. Okay. C21, second row and first column deleted. It's 4 into minus 6 minus 24 minus 4. It's coming minus 28. So it's plus 28. C22 plus sign. Nothing to mention. Directly you find out M22. Delete the second row and the second column. It's 6 minus 6. Its answer is 0. Now C23. You will be placing a minus sign here. C23 calculated. It's minus 2 minus 12, it's minus 14. So the answer is plus 14. Likewise, now we'll move to the third row, the last row. C3, 1, you will place the 3 plus 1 is even, so nothing to mention, it will carry a plus sign. Delete the third row and the first column, so it's 4 minus 0, so the answer is plus 4. Likewise, C3, 2. 3 plus 2 is odd, you will place a minus sign here. Delete the row and the column, it's minus 1 minus 2, it's minus 3, so that makes plus 3. Now the last element C3, 3. Delete the third row and the third column. So it's a 0 minus 4. So the answer is minus 4. So this is the presentation. In this way you have to write it down. Okay? Row wise you write it down. Write the answer in column wise. This type of presentation will be definitely helping you in doing the questions what you will be doing later on. Okay? So this was all about minor cofactor of an element. Now I will be telling you the properties of determinant. All very important properties. So let us start with the properties of determinant. So let's start with the very first property. Properties of determinant. So we'll start the very first one. Let A be a square matrix of any order. A be a square matrix of any order. Now row wise or column wise, if the elements are multiplied to its cofactor and added, then it will be equal to determinant of the given square matrix. Now I will be explaining this. See this. Let A be a square matrix here of order 3. Let us see for order 3. So it's A11, the elements are A11, A12, A13, A21, A22, A23. A31, A32, A33. Row wise or column wise, if the elements are multiplied to its cofactor and added, the value will be equal to determinant of the given square matrix. What this mean? Let us take the first row. So if A11 is multiplied to its cofactor, so multiplied to its cofactor means multiplied to C11. Plus A12 when multiplied to C12 plus A13 when multiplied to C13, and if all these terms are added, then the summation will be equal to determinant of A, a very important formula. Basically this formula we don't use for expanding of determinant, but we use this formula for checking whether the cofactor and determinants are okay or not. So very important formula. Row wise or column wise, when the element is multiplied to its cofactor and added, then the resultant will be determinant of the given square matrix. So this I have taken the first row. With any row or any column the same formula can be applied. Like if suppose I am taking the third column, then what is determinant of A? Third column means A13, A23, A33. So see the third column. When A13 is multiplied with C13, second A23 multiplied to C23, and A33 multiplied with C33, and if it is added, then this will be equal to determinant of A. So while expanding determinant, dear children, I have told you the way how to expand a determinant. At that time I have explained you कि if it is even then place a minus sign, if it is odd then place a plus sign, if it is even then place a minus sign. This plus minus sign just because of these cofactors only. Now you can relate it, isn't so? It's one and the same thing. What we were doing it directly, the same thing is given over here as a formula. Okay. So this is the first formula. So in short you can say summation Aij into Cij, row wise or column wise, if you are multiplying and adding it, then it is equal to determinant of A. So this is the formula for square matrix of any order. Okay, so this is the first property. Okay, now see the second one. Let us define here itself for this particular matrix. So the second one is A11, row wise or column wise, when a row element is multiplied to the cofactor of any other row element and added, then it will be 0. What I mean to say, A11, this is I am taking the elements of first row and the cofactors I am taking are either of second or third. So let us take the cofactor of the third one. So A11 when multiplied with C1 plus A12 into C32 plus A13 into C33, then the summation of this will result 0. Now this is applicable to any of the row or any of the column. So this is the second property. Okay. Now moving to the third one. So the third property of determinant. In a square matrix of order n, if the rows and the columns are interchanged, in a square matrix of any order, if the rows and the columns are interchanged, then the value of determinant will remain unaffected. Are you able to understand this property? In a square matrix of any order, if the rows and the columns are interchanged, then the value of determinant remains unaffected. In simple language, we can say if A is a square matrix of any order, then determinant of A is equal to determinant of its transpose. Interchanging rows to column means what? We are getting the transpose of that particular matrix. So, what this property says? That if A is a square matrix of any order, then determinant of A is equal to determinant of its transpose. Very important property. Okay, so determinant of A is same as determinant of its transpose. You can take an example here. Let A be a square matrix, 3 minus 1, 4, 2. Then what about the transpose of this? Transpose of this is, I hope children you are remembering how to get the transpose. What do you have to do? Simply you have to change either row to column or column to row. So this is the first row, make it as the first column. Second row, make it as second column. Let the get the determinant value of the two. What will be the determinant of this matrix? Product of diagonal minus off diagonal element, 6 minus of minus 4, it's coming. How much? It's plus 10. Now let's see the determinant of its transpose. So get the transpose of this, it's 6 minus of minus 4, it's plus 10. So this is the property. Determinant of A is equal to determinant of its transpose. The third property. Okay, now the next one, the fourth property. In a square matrix, if any row or any column is completely 0, then the determinant of that square matrix will be 0. It's quite obvious. I don't think that I should explain this. Once again, see the definition. What is it? See the property. In a square matrix, if any row or any column is completely 0, then the determinant of that particular matrix will be 0. So this is the fourth property. Okay. So determinant 0, 0, 0, 4, 2, 5, 1, 1, 6. What about the determinant value of this? It will be 0. This is the property what it says. Okay, now move to the next property, the fifth property. In a matrix, in a square matrix of any order, if any two rows or columns are identical, in a square matrix, if any two rows or columns, either row or columns, are identical, identical means they are the same, then the value of determinant will be 0. In a matrix, if let A be a square matrix of any order, if any row, two rows or any two columns are identical, then the value of that particular determinant will be 0. You can check this. Let us see the determinant 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you are expanding this determinant, definitely the answer will be 0. Okay? So what you will be writing down here, you will write down R1 and R2 are identical, they are the same. You can check this also. Now you know very well how to expand it. Taking any row or any column, you expand it and definitely you will be getting 0. So I don't think children any explanation is required for this. This you can do by your own. Okay, now moving to the next one. This is the sixth property. In a determinant, if any row or column is lambda times any other row or column, in a determinant, if any row oblique column is lambda times any other row oblique column, where lambda is a scalar, then the value of determinant is also 0. What this property says, just see this. Consider a square matrix here, 1, 2, 3, 2, 4, 6, 5, 3, minus 1. Now what about the determinant of this? Determinant will be 1, 2, 3, 2, 4, 6, 5, minus 3, sorry, 5, 3, minus 1. This is R1, R2, R3. Now what you are finding here, R2, this is equal to 2 times R1. Since R2 is 2 times R1, the value of this determinant will be definitely 0. You can expand and you can check this. Okay, let me do this for you. Okay, expand it. So it's 1 into. This is minus 4 minus 18. Minus 4 minus 18 means it's coming minus 22. Moving to the next element, before that you have to place a minus sign. Now open the bracket, so it's minus 2 into, delete the row and the column. This is minus 2 minus 30, it's minus 32. What about the next element? It's 3 times. So it's 6 minus 20. 6 minus 20 means it's minus 14. Now check the answer whether it is okay or not. It's minus 22 plus 64 and that is minus 48. Is that okay? No, it's how much? It's minus 42. Not 48, it's minus 42. That means it's coming here minus 22 plus 64 and this is minus 42. Now check this. Is it coming 0? Yes, it is 0. It's 0. So this is the sixth property. What is the property? Sixth property. If any row or any column is lambda times any other row or any other column where lambda is a scalar, then the value of determinant will be 0. Okay. So moving to the next property, this is the seventh property. Now what this property states? Let A be a square matrix of any order. if any two rows or columns are interchanged. See the property in a square matrix of order n. If any two rows or any two columns are interchanged, interchange you are understanding, changing the position of the row and the column, then the value of determinant changes by minus sign. Then the value of determinant changes by minus sign. Now see this. Let A be a square matrix here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is a square matrix of order 3. Then the determinant of A, you know how to find it out. This is the first row R1, this is second row R2, and this is third row R3. If we are interchanging R1 interchanged with R3, if you are interchanging it, so let us take B matrix as, let us interchange the position, it's 7, 8, 9, 4, 5, 6, and this is 1, 2, 3. Get the determinant value of B matrix also. Now what you will find? The determinant of the two will change by minus sign. What this mean? The determinant of A, this will be equal to minus of determinant of B. So this is what the property says. So I hope children you are getting the things clear. So very important property. In this way you can understand this. Inner determinant, we'll be using this like this later on while solving the question. Inner determinant, if the rows or the columns are interchanged, if any two rows or columns are interchanged, then the value of determinant changes by minus sign. Okay, so this is how it will work. Check. So this is the property 7. Now the next property, property 8. Now this is a very important property. Based on this property, directly you will be getting question of 1 or 2 marks. Now what this property says? Let A be a square matrix of any order. Square matrix of any order, or let it be of order n. Of order n. And K be any scalar. Then this is a very important property. What this property says? That determinant of Ka, this will be equal to K raised to n into determinant of A. Determinant of Ka will be equal to K raised to n into determinant of A. Tick. Now let us see an example for this. Let A be a square matrix A, B, C, D. Square matrix of order 2. K be a scalar. Now what will be K times A? Now in the very first lecture I have told you, when a scalar is multiplied to any matrix, then that particular scalar is multiplied to each and every element of the given matrix. So the same concept here will apply. This K will be multiplied to each and every element of the given matrix. So let us go for this. So this is Ka, Kb, Kc, Kd. This is what you will be getting. Okay. Now let us find out the determinant of this matrix. So determinant of A will be product of diagonal minus product of off diagonal element. Likewise here also let us find out determinant of Ka, product of diagonal minus off diagonal element. So multiply the two. It's coming K square into AD minus K square into BC. K square can be taken common. So take it out. And what left? AD minus BC. So let this be equation 1 and let this be equation 2. Now put the value of 1 in 2. Put 1 in 2. Now what you will get? Determinant of Ka, this will be equal to k square into determinant of A. I hope children you are getting this clear. So this can be taken as the property which you can use it directly. So if A is a square matrix of order n and k is any scalar, then determinant of Ka will be k raised to n into determinant of A. Okay. Now this is an important question. In board examination we get a question of 1 mark or maybe 2 mark. So this is a formula based, directly you can use the formula. Okay. So this is a property 8. Similar to this property, 2 more are there, that also let me explain, and then I will take a question based on all these formulas. So see the 9th one. So a little change is here. Let A and B be square matrices of order n and let A and B be square matrices of order n. Then determinant of AB, this will be equal to determinant of A into determinant of B. This you can verify, no problem. Okay, 10th one, connecting both 8 and 9. Let A and B be square matrices of same order, square matrices of order n, and K be a scalar. So combining the property 8 and 9, we can write determinant of K times AB, this is equal to K raised to n into determinant of A into determinant of B. So I hope children you are getting all these properties understood. So now let me take an example based on this. So based on 8th, 9th and 10th. Okay, so the question is, let A and B be square matrices of order 3. Okay, and given here determinant of A is equal to 2, determinant of B is equal to minus 3. The question is, find the first one, determinant of 2 times A. Second question, determinant of AB. Third question, determinant of 3 times AB. All the 3 formula based. So the very first one, it's based on the 8th formula, so they can do it. So as per the formula, this will be, the order of the matrix is 3. We have the formula, determinant of Ka is equal to K to the power n into determinant of A, where n is the order of the given matrix. So here it will be 2 cube into determinant of A. So determinant of A, they substitute the value, so it's 8 into 2. So the answer is 16. Likewise, what about the second one? Now this is based on the next formula, determinant of AB is equal to determinant of A into determinant of B. So substitute the value. So it's coming 2 into minus 3. So the answer is minus 6. The third one is based on the next one. So what is that? Determinant of K times AB. This is equal to K raised to n into determinant of A into determinant of B. So substitute the value where n is the order of the given matrix. So it's 3 cube. Determinant of A is 2 and determinant of B is minus 3. So what is the answer? Multiply and get the answer. So it's coming, this is 3 cube. 3 cube means it's 27. 27 into 3, it's 81. 81 and it is carrying a minus sign also, right? So it's minus 81 into 2, it's coming 162. Okay? Is it fine? So this is the procedure of finding out all the three values. So this is property 10. One more will do, that is the last property. So I hope children the method is clear. The question based on the formula. Now one more thing, whenever we are doing questions based on direct formula, so especially in board examination, it's mandatory to write down the formula, and that it should be very much clear. Okay. So now see the last property. The last property of the determinant, what it says, let A be a square matrix of any order. Then if any particular row or column is expressed as a sum of two or more terms, then we can express the determinant as a sum of two or more determinants. So this is a very important property. Normally students don't understand it and they apply it wrongly. So you should understand the basic concept of this. So see the property what it says. So let determinant of A be A plus alpha, B plus beta, C plus gamma. Okay. DEF, GHI. Now see the first row. The first row element is expressed as a sum of two terms. Now this entire determinant you can express as a sum of two determinant. How? We can split it. The very first will be ABC, DEF, GHI, and the second part of this determinant you can write it as alpha, beta, gamma, DEF, GHI. Now let me repeat the property. In a determinant, if any row or column is expressed as a sum of two or more terms, then we can express the determinant as the sum of two or more determinants. So like here you see R1, the first row is expressed as the sum of two terms. So you can break the determinant as a sum of two determinants. So at a time only one splitting can be done. If suppose the second row is also like the same, so but now you will be splitting it the second time. Okay, at a time only one splitting to be done. So I hope children you are understanding this. So when we will be doing the question based on this, then it will be more clear. So all the properties based on determinant I have completed. So in my next lecture we will be doing the question based on determinant. How to solve the determinant, the procedure I will be making it clear first, and then few examples I will take and I will explain the questions based on properties of determinant. So that way I will be completing the determinant chapter in my next lecture. Hope children you are understanding the things clearly. The questions whatever I am doing here, so that PDF you will be getting, and link will be there. You can go through that link and you can avail that PDF.